let's get right to it. Somebody writes, Stephen A. Let me put on my glasses again. You know, I am getting a little older. You know what I'm saying? I can still read it, but I got to read from a distance, and I can read my glasses up closer. Stephen A. This is from at NEJ underscore forever 21 writes, if Stephen A. signed a 1-week contract to be a commissioner for any sports league, 1, which sports league would it be? And 2, what are the 3 changes you would implement in order to improve that said league? I would say to you, I'd be the commissioner of the National Football League because it's number 1 and it prints money, which means I will never be broke. Number 2, what are the 3 changes I would implement? I'd eradicate penalties for celebrations as long as they weren't too long. I'd eradicate that. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't like when these holding penalties, some of them, equate to automatic first downs. If I got you on a 4th down and 10, and I commit pass interference that's stopping you from catching the ball, how come you can't make it a 4th and 5 and you got to go out there and get another crack at it? Why should you be granted a straight up first down? You should have to work for it. And an official can assist it because sometimes these guys put on active performances and they get away with calls that they may not have deserved. So I would worry about that. That's another rule that I would pay attention to that I would in all likelihood get rid of. Number 3, I don't like how much the quarterback is protected. I'm all down for eradicating the headshots to the quarterback. I get that part. But in the same breath, if you're chasing after a quarterback, full speed, full momentum, and the quarterback unleashes the football and you just push him, come on, y'all. That's a bit excessive in terms of protecting the quarterback. I would be against that. I hope that answers your question. Next one, at PNW Bills Mafia. Blue cheese or ranch for buffalo wings? Blue cheese all day. Blue cheese. Blue cheese. That's an easy one. Easy one right there. At Sweet Lou 152. Right? Stephen A. Legacy aside, better basketball player, Steph Curry or Kobe Bryant? I have to go with Kobe because Kobe could take you inside or out. And Kobe was an all-world defender in his prime, which Steph never was. Now, Steph is the greatest shooter God ever created, which puts him in a conversation in terms of impact from the point guard position with him and Magic Johnson, because Magic Johnson is the greatest quintessential point guard who ever lived. But Steph Curry, you got to keep your head on a swivel because this brother is running around all day, running through picks and screens and all of this other stuff. And on top of it all, he could pull up from 40. So I get it for anybody that says Steph. I would too. But you got to defend as well. And he wasn't that. So I can't just say that. I'd still rather have Steph because Steph would open things up for me better than Kobe would. But I can't sit there and say because of that he's better than Kobe Bryant was in Kobe Bryant's prime. I can't say that. Plus the game was tougher, more physical, and you couldn't get away with now what you could get away with then, which means Kobe had a tougher terrain to maneuver through. Last one, at OG Real Call, right? How do I find a girl who won't cheat on me? You won't. They have to find you. Here's what I mean by that. If a woman wants to cheat, she's going to cheat. You can handle your business. You could have her speaking in tongues in 7 different languages. She still may turn around and elect to do something like that unless her character is against that. If she is a woman devoid of that kind of character, she don't mind cheating. And nothing you do is going to stop her. Because no matter how much you turn her out, it ain't going to stop her from fantasizing about the dude that she's attracted to and whether or not he could turn her out. Like you did. unless her character says, that's my man and that's not something I'm about. You see, you got to remember something. Let me break this down to y'all once and for all. I shouldn't say once and for all because I know y'all going to come back with stuff for me and knowing my sisters, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for this because it's a male perspective that I'm going to provide. But I'm going to give it to you because I'm a man. Please understand something. I don't care if you rock a woman's world. Again, have her speaking in tongues in 7 different languages. She's going crazy. She loves you. Are you ready for what I'm about to say? And Sherry, just nod your head if I'm wrong. I don't care what she gets from her experience with you. She is going to walk away feeling she gave. Not gave. She is not going to walk away thinking about what she got from you more than what she feels about what she gave to you. That is why, ladies, men go crazy when a woman cheats on them. Some brothers can articulate this better than others. I am a man who was raised by 5 women. I got 9 nieces and nephews. Okay? 90% of my relatives were female. So I was prepared for all of this before I had 2 daughters. Listen to me and listen to what I'm saying to you. Ladies, when a man goes crazy because you've cheated on him, here's where that emanates from. We know, and again, Sherry, because she's the only woman in the room with me at this particular moment in time, just nod in affirmation. If I am wrong, I'll apologize right here over the digital airwaves of YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. When you are a woman, you have convinced this man that he's it. We take that and we couple that with what we believe women to be, which is someone who is thinking about what they gave no matter what they're getting. So when you give of your body, we deem ourselves to be extra special because as women, you're not our trifling asses who would run around and try to be with every woman that we can be with, particularly when we're younger, because it's a badge of honor for us to be getting down like that. Y'all are not like that. So when y'all do it, it is devastating. A, because of his ego. B, because a part of his ego that has been compromised is the one who was fooled into believing you weren't capable of doing such a thing. And then after that, it's the fury because of the investment that he made into you because he believed that about you. If you came up to him and said, I don't want a man. I want to be promiscuous, but I don't mind hooking up with you from time to time. The brother ain't going to have a problem with that. But you would never be his woman. His woman is the one who convinced him he is the only one for her. Now, why is it different for a woman? Because you could have a good man. You can love your man. You could know he loves you. You are always worried about him stepping out on you. Because we're men. And you assume the worst because at some point in time in our lives, we showed you the worst. Either directly or indirectly because of our species and how prevalent we are and in what we do. So there's a part of you that always has this sixth sense, this third eye, these senses of yours that are speculative about we're capable of doing, which enables you to brace yourself for whatever transgressions we may, and you pray and hope that we don't commit. We, on the other hand, as men, can't fathom y'all doing that to us. I'm not talking about women. I mean your woman. the woman you've chosen, the woman you've invested in, the woman you love, the woman you take care of, the woman you strive to protect and provide for. That woman, you can't imagine she would do that to you. And when she does, the devastation kicks in like none other. And I say something else that a lot of people have not said. Are you ready for this? Because, Sherry, I'm going to break this down to you again. Did y'all know that I can make an argument, at least, that 90% of the men occupying prison cells in this country, if not this world, is because of a woman? What do I mean by that? The woman you're trying to impress, the woman you love, the woman you want to be or you want to be for. What dude do you know that strives for success, whether legally or illegally, in terms of getting funds and getting money and all of this other stuff, that does it for himself to go live quietly someplace else where nobody can see him? Any dude that's doing that is a brother that is trying to position himself to be more impressive to the woman he wants to impress, or to women he wants to impress. That's all I mean by that statement, nothing else. I don't mean literally the woman's at fault for the guy being in jail. I'm saying the mentality to be impressive, to provide, to do those things. You don't want to do it just for yourself. You want to do it for your woman. I'm talking about heterosexual relationships, of course. I'm not speaking about homosexual and transgender relationships, all of that. I'm only talking about what I know, which is heterosexual relationships. That is what men do. So again, to answer the question, in terms of how can I, to make sure I quote the guy accurately here, how can I find a girl who won't cheat on me? You can't. They find you. And when they love, as Chris Rock would say, the crust of you, and they can't get enough of you, that's the woman that's loyal to you. Because there's no such thing as the word expendable when it comes to you. You are it. And you know something else, my brother? You never have to ask. You don't have to have conversations. You don't have to go back and forth with her. All you have to do is look at her. Look right into her eyes. When she talks to you, when she says hello to you, when she kisses you goodnight or kisses you to wake up the next day, when she's walking, going to the movies with you, going out to dinner with you, when she's holding your hands, when she's in the company of others. That, to me, is my greatest test. When I'm out, throughout my relationships, throughout my life, and to be fair, I'm not married. It's totally my fault because I was engaged twice and I cut it off. That's me. And I've had 3 different women propose to me in my lifetime. I am the person. I'm the reason I'm not married. But I will tell you something, and it's totally my fault. But I will tell you something. My favorite thing to do, and most men don't like doing this. I love doing this. I'm not interested in parties and all that other stuff. But dinner, movies, all that stuff, all day, every day, I can do that. I love being out with a woman and everybody around because I'm looking directly at her. Because I don't care how fine you are. When you are out with the man you want, every man knows they cannot have you. They don't even have to approach you. They look right at you and they know better. When they think they got a shot, at least sometimes it's because they do. Which means she's going to cheat if she wants to. You just got to be man enough to tell her to kick rocks once you know. And to ask me that question, I would never look you in the face and tell you that throughout my life, no woman has ever cheated on me or whatever the case may be. I had one who did. I found out about it. She was canceled immediately. And any woman that's with me that wants to go and find somebody else, I tell my girl this all the time. You found better, go get better. Ain't got nothing to do with how much I love her. It's about how much they love you. Because if you don't love me, or if she doesn't love you the way we want to be loved, it ain't going to work anyway. So the sooner it ends, the better. This is Stephen A. signing off.